Hey viewers, welcome to another game as a Casual Pro Gamer. Today we're doing a game between, hang on, I want to close this one. Oh, apparently I cannot do that in this version of the game. We're doing a game between TheLittleOne, or TLO as he's called here, and MouzHasu, who's also known as HasuObs for some reason, and this is the EPS 17 SE2 qualifier. I have no idea what it is. It's supposed to be really good. It was one of the recommended replays, and it is definitely very long. Unfortunately, as I said, I cannot shut this off. The button to close this actually misses from this replay system, and that may be because this the update there is, well, newer than, well, this. Hit point bars, no. Player camera, no. Anyhow, yeah, we're just going to have to do with whatever is on the screen here, so you can see when it's actually done. And yeah, we will have to wait if that is actually a problem. So far so good. We see a very early gas coming out from our Terran player here, whereas the Protoss player is just building a gateway into the simulator. And yeah, obviously going for barracks now. And the early gas normally means you're going for some factory units, because you want to have the early gas to build an early factory, and with the early factory you can build some tanks and Thors, and both of which are excellent units, of course. So no one took the towers yet. This is, if I'm not mistaken, Metalopolis, I think it's called. And it's still the old one because it still has these gold minerals. Going for orbital commands and, well, cybernetics core. Pretty much the standard thing. 2 simulators now. The second assimilator coming up, well, pretty early compared to the Terran player. The Terran player still at 1 refinery, does go for the early factory, and may actually go for the Destiny Cloudfist build here. For those of you who don't know what that is, go to Husky Starcraft and he'll explain it all. Though it's actually 1 barracks into 1 factory into 1 starport. So you can build virtually any unit and any unit composition. We now see 1 thing taken, and it was called the 111 build, or the, yeah, I don't know what people were calling it, and Husky decided to make it into a real name, which was Destiny Cloudfist, and I have no idea why, but yeah, it's a cool name, sure. I can see that. So immediately scouting the Stargate here, which is excellently done by this little scout, who no, is not going to make it out. So going for the warp gate research immediately, even though he only has 1 warp gate as far as I can see. Second warp gate coming up. And yeah, the warp gate research is kind of the standard thing to go for really early on. Oh, going for 1 Hellion only. And yeah, the Hellion is probably just there for the scouting purposes, as well as this Reaper. Reaper obviously very good at dodging these other units. And the Hellion may actually pick off a lot of drones here. Wow, actually, hang on. Getting 9 drones there. That is huge. Let's see what the actual damage was. Control R. Oh, that doesn't work in this version yet, so cannot show you what the actual damage was. Maybe units lost. Yeah, that will indeed show us. So assuming that the 1 unit lost was also come on, probe. That means 10 probes lost versus 1 SCV lost. And obviously the 2 units, the 1 Hellion and the 1 Reaper. So yeah, it is indeed 10 probes because it's 500 minerals and there is no other unit on the Protoss arsenal that actually costs 50 minerals. So yeah, that's a big advantage already for our Terran player. And yeah, we see in the production tab that there is nothing in production for our Protoss player here. And that is quite surprising because normally we see a constant production of everything. Twilight Council being built. Twilight Council is oh, I missed something here. Let me go back a little bit because I hate it when I miss stuff. Yeah, something was going down here. Yeah, Twilight Council is normally the build up to large zealot attack or something like that, because it provides you with the lag speed, I think. Because I think that's the same as that it used to be, and I think that this Phoenix has something to do with it, because it's the only unit that is actually close. And it might just pick something up. Yeah, even if it picks something up, it's not a big deal because it cannot really do anything on its own. Oh, there's the second one, and now it becomes, yeah, it becomes annoying. Picking up the come on, what are you called? Mule. And with the mule, yeah, doing a lot of potential damage there to the economy. And yeah, the Phoenixes are going to try to pick up this medevac, and the medevac not actually managing to be repaired, and that's exactly what happened. So the one of the Phoenixes makes it out, and for the rest it was just a trade between a medevac and a Phoenix. Unless there was still something in the medevac, but I think he got everything out in time. Apparently right-clicking the medevac doesn't just repair it, it also loads them, and yeah, that's not what you want, obviously. If you're trying to repair it, you don't want your SCVs to get inside the medevac and die while or die without repairing it. Anyhow, the Phoenix getting out of there, getting the last scout in there, and may actually just be fine. Getting the scout on this base, well, the Hellion here gets the same scout and it may actually be chased down by these 2 stalkers coming in. So not a whole lot happening so far. Oh, he does get picked up. That's nicely done. Yeah, he picks up the Hellion to make sure that it cannot get away, and gets picked off by the two stalkers. These 2 stalkers aren't going to be able to do a whole lot. Blink is still being researched, and they are going to blink up here, try to do some damage, and then get out of there. Now with 6 stalkers, that's a whole different story, obviously, because 6 stalkers can do a whole lot more damage to this economy. And yeah, there is a bunker in the front with 2 marauders in there. Marauders which are pretty good against these stalkers, but yeah, they're definitely not going to help if they're in front. Yeah, the Terran player realizing what's going on, and this tank is actually going to go down just because it was lifted, and yeah, easy enough. So the Phoenix providing scouting on the high ground, and therefore they get to do a lot of damage. The tech lab almost going down, but it is being repaired now, and a siege tank is out again. Siege tanks are really, yeah, weak against these, come on, what are they called? Phoenixes. Because the Phoenixes can pick them up and they cannot shoot back, so yeah, if your defense is reliant on these siege tanks being here, then you're going to have a problem against the Phoenixes. Obviously the Phoenixes are really weak to these Marines, so at this moment it is defended well enough so that the Phoenix cannot really do anything. But it can still spot onto the high ground, and it will still be able to do, or he will still be able to do a lot of harassment. So there's a pylon going down on this other base, while we see a base going up over here. And this is now a 1 versus 2 base situation. Although, well, the Terran player apparently already built his base, or his command center in his base, and yeah, built this supply depot to just spot if there's a drop incoming or something like that, just because it's behind this smoke screen. And everything behind this, you cannot look through this, so if you build something on both sides you can still see your whole base. And yeah, it isn't very much fun to have someone warp in a whole army back here and then attack you with you, well, being oblivious to everything.